Yeah, I do. Come on, you're not gonna start. Steph!
I'm going.
Thank you. Oh, we're live. What?
Are we live?
I
have all
don't
these-
care. I mean, what happened? Every time I put the intro in, somebody removes the intro.
I got all these warnings that popped up.
What were the warnings? I'll be honest. I'm not.
Like all Facebook
I'm
stuff.
not in the StreamYard. I'm in as a guest.
Yeah,
Let
all
me
these-
go. Let
all
me
these
see what the
Facebook- all
hell's
these
going
Facebook
on
stuff.
here.
It's always Facebook. I got it going now, but it's always Facebook. Remember yesterday I messaged you and said like Houston, we got a problem. All these technical difficulties right now. Well, that's just fucking dandy. All these technical difficulties. You know what? I've had it. I might hang myself this episode. Might just actually happen.
Okay. I don't know what the hell just happened, but there's a third one of me in there.
We're gonna be all sorts of technical difficulties today. It's the fucking Harvest Moon, whatever the fuck it's called, the big ass moon.
I don't know, but I want to know where the fucking intro went.
First, Leatherface is MIA. Then all these, then the intro's nowhere, and then fucking all these.
Okay, you know what? For those that are watching, we're just gonna pretend like this never even fucking happened and just do what I did the other day. I think this is the right one too. Welcome to Citizen Saints. See, isn't that better? Don't you feel better now? Feels
No,
more
I
complete.
don't. I don't.
Now, when you edit it, you edit it from there. It's beautiful.
I don't feel. We never edit.
I know, but now we have a proper intro. You can't have a proper show without a proper intro.
Yes.
I honestly don't know. I don't know why that because the intro does say it is loaded. I don't know why it didn't play the intro.
So what should you do to piss off Facebook?
It won't tell me what I've done to make
It denied
Facebook.
everything you going live on Facebook.
But I haven't been able to go live on Facebook now since a couple of weeks now, I would say.
So has Leatherface gotten a hold of you?
He has.
Because he's MIA totally. I mean,
They were doing a family barbecue, and he said that he was going to try to get up with you tomorrow night, which works best because I actually got to go do shit for my kid. We got to go meet the principal. It's like, dude, we're how many weeks into school now? And mind you, it's not like it's a new principal. It's the same lady from last year. Why are we going to meet them again?
the school system sucks.
I go in there with my Cannibal Holocaust shirt. I don't even think they really want to meet me.
Oh, I go in there totally professional. Like,
I mean, half of the time I'm wearing Zubaz pants. The other half of the time I'm wearing horror shirts. I always forget. One time I wore the fuck around and find out with the ghost face. I got the teachers looking at me funny. Kids fucking laughing. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was like 4:30 this morning, man. It was a crazy morning. I woke up super early. And, super early, there's only so much you can do in the morning. So I watch, I put on a movie. I try to find something I haven't seen. I was browsing through Tubi. Found this movie called Match. Synopsis was, lady on a matching app meets a guy and finds out that things aren't always what they seem and the house is really fucked and whatever. So I'm like, okay, this looks cool enough. Let's watch it. basically starts off. This is a great movie, I thought, because it was just fucked. But movie starts off. There's this lady, she's swiping. She's a Latino lady, with she has a sister and an elderly father who's like blind. He's in the hospital about to get surgery, and she ends up meeting somebody in the process. Sister's like, before you meet this guy, you better video chat. So she video chats him. This dude comes on. It's all squiggly. They're having more technical difficulties than we had. But whatever, she sees a real person, so she's like, okay, and she's gonna go meet them. She ends up going to the house, and the mother answers the door, and the mother's like, my son's not here right now. He will be on the way. And his mother knew all about, this lady. She knew all the stuff. And so, eventually the time starts passing, the girl starts texting, hey, where are you? Where are you? And we see the mother has the son's phone. Text is going to the mom. Mom just pockets the phone. And so she finally asks, hey, do you have your son's phone? The mom's like, no, that's my phone. I didn't keep it on silent. Whatever, a little bit of time, the lady just passes out. She had been, given something with the in her wine that she was drinking. So she wakes up and she's being wheeled into a room. And she's like, you're going to, meet my son. He's a great guy and da-da-da-da-da. Real husband material. And they bring him into this room. And all of a sudden, this guy... Have you ever seen the movie Hatchet?
Parts, not all of it. I've seen the third one.
You know the killer, though, Victor Crowley?
Yes.
Take him, add about another 100 pounds, put a hump on his back, make him a little slower, and give him a fucking monster dick about this big and about this thick. Yeah, like that. Okay? This dude comes out with the flower and hands it to her. She's screaming. And there's this whole thing, and the mother fucking... You see the mother now start to talk to this kid, and they come to find out, there was a catfish scam. The kid's like, whatever, challenge, whatever it is. I don't even know, deformed. The mother wants a baby. And so the mother's like telling the kid, hey, this is, I brought you here, like, you got to do the rest of it. And she's like, you remember how? And she's like, she said something. She's like, I've been feeding you boner pills for a week, and for you to fuck this up will be a devastation. And then she freaking jerks the kid off. But it's like, because it's the dude's like a monster. It's just fucking weird. And so the kid now understands what he has to do. He goes after the girl. Meanwhile, the girl's escaped. She ends up running into the room and finds the guy that she actually talked to on the phone. He was being held captive. They cut off his feet. So then she tries to save him. They're going to get out. Meanwhile, the sister has been looking for... The sister and the ex-boyfriend show up at the house. And then the next catfish comes over. She's a flight attendant. The mother was setting her up. And come to find out, she was like 100 pounds heavier than her profile picture. And the mother starts giving her shit, being like, you're not who you think you're not who you are. You're just... And she started like being rude. She finds out about shit. Everybody ends up... So they attack the mother. And everybody's kind of on the run. And meanwhile, this dude's like, he's keeps getting, I would say, fucking... I don't know. They kept like attacking him. He would be like slowed down. Finally, like the boyfriend gets killed. Mother gets a gun, shoots the new girl. The other girl's there, the sister, and then one of them puts an axe into the deformed guy. So now it's just down to the mother and the sisters. The mother ends up freaking killing the sister with glass. Like a piece of broken bottle. So now it's just down to them two. And she goes to shoot, and the gun's dead, and then the other girl kills her and she leaves. But the crazy part was that the guy that was the original catfish, that they used, was actually the other son, was actually the deformed kid's brother, and the mother like really despised him because he had to be amputated, and he was, well, she said he was impotent, which made him useless for a grandchild. But just the scenes, it was like I said, 4:30 in the morning, so it probably seemed better than it was. But just the scenes of them showing this monster dick for no reason, just because they can.
What country is this again?
What's the name of it?
What country?
The United States movie. It's an American movie. Yeah, American movie. I mean, I don't know if it's a, it's probably an independent or lower budget film. It was on Tubi for free. It's definitely worth the watch. Called Match again. It's interesting. I thought it was kind of funny. Just like I said, it's not something you really see every day, and most times you don't see a dick. Not that I go looking for dicks on these things, but you notice a trend, you notice a pattern, you notice things. Most times, the first thing to be shown would be tits. Then, I mean, if there's something else in there, an ass.
But nothing like
usually frontals are very weird, and then male frontals are even like kind of rarer. But this was just like this big ass fucking monster dick, and the mother's feeding him Viagra. He's getting all fucking horned up. It's just like I said, the dude's like a mix between Sloth and Victor Crowley. He's got a hump on his back like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. One arm is so long, and then the other drags on the floor. And this thing's trying to just get laid. And at one point, the mother looks at her like, "What the hell are you doing? Does everybody have to do everything for you?" She like tries to take down his pants. It was a wild time at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning at the Hotel de Versace. But again, that's when I find some of the best movies at those hours, because it's not something like I have no mindset of what I want to watch yet, so I just throw anything on. If it's good, I watch it. If it's not, I'll fall back asleep.
That's fair. That's what's definitely fair.
But if I have to watch these fucked up videos, at least I'm going to share the fucking things with you and tell you all about the gruesome bullshit.
No, that's fine. I mean,
it's nothing that Sinners and Saints haven't been talked or mentioned before.
I haven't posted it yet, but I'm still keeping up with the challenge.
Oh yeah, I've been keeping up with 2 challenges. I've been doing the movie challenge, and I've been doing. Well, Gladys challenged me to a 2-sentence short horror stories challenge, so I've been doing that as well. You write a horror story in like 2 sentences. Like my wife was very quiet this afternoon till I realized she was dead. Something like that, You throw something like that. Or like, I went into my son's room, and he was just lying on the bed. Then I heard him whisper from underneath saying, "There's somebody up on my bed." You do things like that, kind of quirky, kind of stupid, kind of silly. Some of them can be good. It all depends. But you can only use 2 sentences to write them in. So you want them to be like the one kind of the hook. Second is kind of like where the horror is, or the grotesqueness or whatever.
This is what's in the background. A movie called The Conference. It's about it's like a group of people go out for like a fucking like work conference, and like all of a sudden one of them, one by one, starts dying. Now you think to yourself, I mean, they make it look like, okay, it's this guy right here. This guy just fucking went nuts. He has sporadic behavior as is, it's this guy. Then when you realize it's not that guy, it's someone else, you're just kind of like, what the fuck? You were so sure it's this guy, and all of a sudden it's like someone else.
How was that? Because I've seen the movie on lists, like browsing my video apps, and I haven't watched it yet. But I've seen it, like I browsed it at least a few times. Is it worth the watch?
Yeah, it's like, for a 4:30 in the morning view, it's worth it.
I didn't. It was the one where like everybody's kind of prominent too, like they're all important people or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of that other one that was years ago that came out where they were like, forget the name of it, but it was about a group that went on a trip to hunt deplorables.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like they went on a trip just to hunt, like, so they let a bunch of like basically Republicans out in the wilderness, and there was all these like upper CEOs that would just hunt them for the weekend.
Jeez.
And the movie was okay for what it was, but I mean, obviously
Do you
it was
believe that?
supposed to be a parody.
Do you believe that like CEOs and high powered people would do these hunting games? They'll hunt people.
Honestly, I mean, you hear about the rich and the ultra rich doing things. I mean, because the mundane no longer excites them. It no longer entices them. It no longer thrills them. You know, what would be the ultimate hunt if not an animal would be to hunt a man.
Yeah.
And hunt a man that can hunt back, which is what they did in that movie. They armed them. They gave them weapons.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't put anything past anybody. We live in a world already. I heard that P. Diddy's asking for a pardon.
Like
He don't want to serve that minimum jail sentence he got. He's trying to get pardoned by Trump.
Can't blame him.
He got a slap on the wrist for fucking all that he did.
Oh, I know.
And honestly, I mean, yeah, he might go to jail, but I mean, he's not going to sit there like anybody else. He'll have a little bit of privilege up in there.
Oh yeah.
Unless there's people that don't want him. But I mean, if he was into that whole freak off anyways, jail's just one big orgy.
I don't feel sorry for him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, all jail is like high school, but no classes. You're stuck in the room, but you can fuck your cellmate.
Yes, technically you're not supposed to.
Is that a law you're not supposed to, or is that like just a rule of thumb? 'Cause
I thought it was like you can't no sex.
Really?
I thought so, but it still happens. It's just one of those like it's like jaywalking. Don't jaywalk.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I could see it being a problem, but I don't know. We live in a wild world, though. We do. So, I mean, to put it past the ultra, the elite, or super rich people wouldn't do crazy sports or crazy games. I mean, these things all have to come from somewhere. Even things like the Hunger Games and such. You don't think people have thought of these scenarios of being real world?
Oh yeah. Isn't there something goes along the lines that they put real world shit on the silver screen so we'd be desensitized of it happening in real life?
Well, yes and no. I mean, there's that. There's then also, the whole code of the Illuminati, which they have to show you what they're doing in plain sight. So they just put it in cartoons and movies because, well, it's entertaining anyways. But, yeah, I mean, most things do come from some realistic, some point of view, something, some little itty bitty fucking truth. I mean, you're seeing it right now. I don't know if you're watching that Ed Gein documentary, but the parallels of what they did. They took Ed Gein, a real life killer. I believe he killed 2 people, but he mutilated a lot of corpses and shit from the graveyard. He used to grab body parts, do shit with the women. He was like the first person to wear a woman's face. Like he did shit trying to be his mom. So not only did they, take the dude from Psycho and model it after him, they actually Leatherface is modeled after him. And there's actually scenes with Ed Gein using a chainsaw and shit. He was kind of that person. Also, Buffalo Bill was based upon Ed Gein. So there was a bunch of real, like, cinematic killers that was based on a real serial killer that was out there. Of course, the count of, the body count was a little high. I think, like I said, he only did kill 2, and then everything else was mutilation and fucking necrophilia. I know he had a couple of necrophilia charges. I think he killed like one of the ladies that he either worked with or one of the male ladies, and then there was somebody else. Might even been his mom. I don't even know. Or his mom died, and that's what threw him over the edge. I have to watch the documentary, but I've been seeing all the posts, and they're showing, they're breaking it down. What parts they took from his life to put into, cinema. Hey, I filmed another film today. I did another short film, yesterday and today. It was 2 days apart. Yesterday, when you called me, I finished shooting the film, and then today I finished the editing of the film. I thought it came out really good. They're getting better and better.
They're getting better and better. What a basic bitch. You're a Starbucks cup. Like, Starbucks. I drink Starbucks. You drink Starbucks cup.
I was just doing my thing, and somebody was calling me. I didn't know the cleaning lady was there. How the fuck do I know we have a cleaning lady? Never seen her in my life.
Dude, it was supposed to be a surprise. It wasn't a cleaning lady. It was a stripper.
Probably.
I sent her over because, as of appreciation.
Shit. Now I'm really fucking screwed.
All right.
What a waste. And I was gonna say, cleaner. I was gonna say she was dressed kind of funky for a cleaner.
I mean, just.
Look, sometimes you get a little tripped out. You're sitting home alone. You're watching TV. You're freaking smoking. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You just hear voices, man.
I hear you. Got to defend your home, that's there. Yeah.
Pretty much. Although I heard something kind of wild in a lot of the northern states that people that break in actually have more rights than the people defending the home. Whereas, like, the southern states are complete opposite. You enter someone's home in Florida or Texas, prepared to die.
Showtime.
Up here, you come in and somebody stabs you, like, you can sue them for like assault with a weapon because they didn't have a weapon. They can say they were just mentally ill and confused. You assaulted them. Like, there's so much other shit. Down south, just shoot first, ask questions last.
I'll defend my homestead.
Yeah, I mean, I would just if it's going to go down like that, you just defend and make sure it's never reported,
Yeah.
You can make chicken feed out there. Or something. You got any pigs? Pigs eat bone.
I know how to get to pigs.
You should get a couple of wild pigs, and then they can just eat bone, and then you'll be good. It works on stray hookers too,
Oh, I know. I mean, how? Anyways.
I forget what movie it was, but there was like some gangster movie, and they threw a dude to the fucking pigs, and it was brutal. One thing you see someone throw someone to like a lion or a tiger or something like that, but to a fucking pig, like a wild boar, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Ugh.
Not that I'm going to get grossed out, but I heard you had an interesting gross out watching Terrifier 3. It kind of got to you maybe a little bit.
No.
Okay. I bet you don't look at Broken Glass the same way, though.
No, it wasn't the broken glass part. At the time, it was kind of, it was gnarly. But the chainsaw up the ass. That was fucking worse.
All I can say is at least he didn't lick the blade.
It's just when you see something creative, something new. Like you see something, it's like the Mortal Kombat's now. You can't watch the movies now because like the fatalities, the fatalities, it's like you see it time and time again. So some horror movies you watch, you're like, well, that's cool, but it's like you see those deaths, so many hangings you can see, so many slit throats you can see. When you see something new like that.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Honestly, I think with the whole Terrifier franchise, Damon Leone, is in my opinion, a good director. I like him as a director. His stories have been pretty good. At
These
first I
pictures are
wasn't too
crazy
keen on
anyway.
the.
So if they want to dildo themselves with broken glass, go for it. So that didn't shock me as much as the chainsaw up the ass.
But no, I mean, I just rewatched all of them again, and honestly, they all progress in a way because the first movie that he did was Trick or Treating, and honestly, Art the Clown was used very sparingly. He wasn't even the killer in most of them. Like, it was blurred. It was almost a fever dream. But by the movie Terrifier, when he rebranded it and just kind of went into a single story about a clown, that one's really gritty. That first one, I will say, and they had to up it. They upped the violence. You're getting a lady sawed in half. That's gruesome. The shit with you know even just the clown fucking poking people's eyes out is wild.
Well, the
You
first one,
see
the
the
second,
girl at the end, and the fact that there's a survivor with their eyes gouged out, who ends up like almost like falling and becoming his girl by three, and the it naturally progresses, and I mean, again, he at some point he becomes supernatural because he shoots himself, but by two, that movie's even more of a fever dream because then you got all this supernatural shit that happens on all ends, all spectrums of it. And then three came out, and they went a whole different, well, not a whole different road, but they went another route with the whole Christmas theme, which I thought was brilliant because Christmas isn't a secondary horror holiday. It's a lot of Christmas movies out like horror. There's Black Christmas, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I mean, you got Krampus. There's a tons.
do we have to watch the Christmas movie challenge?
Oh, I could do 31. I could probably find 31 different ones, like because there's like even B movies too, like Mother
Only
Krampus.
25.
Oh yeah, it's only 25 days. Yes, easily can be done. But now that they're going to be going after to do number 4, and it'll be interesting to see where they go with it, what they're going to do with it, where they're going to bring Art the Clown.
It wasn't just up the ass; it was up the guy's bare ass. You got to see it go up.
Do you think it would be better if you wore pants? I mean, either way, it's cutting right through the fabric.
Yeah, but it's like it's got the fabric. Yeah, it's one thing, but it's like that was good. Bravo. If that,
It
if this
is.
was,
I mean, you have to say. I mean, that kicks it up a notch. Leatherface never even did that.
if this was hockey, that would have been a goal.
Leatherface has never even done that.
Came close.
He did come close, yes. But in a lot of ways, I think, in a lot of ways, Art makes Leatherface kind of look tame because Art does different styles of kills that are much more
Art
gruesome.
comes after you.
It's just much more gruesome.
Art comes after you. Also, it's not like Leatherface.
Leatherface is a little slow and methodic, but he also, yeah, he's a brute. He'll hit you with the hammer, he'll hook you, he'll fucking toy with you a little bit. But Art will just freaking do whatever he feels like. I feel like there's no limits and boundaries to what Art does. And it becomes a more bloody good time in some aspects. Although they both carve faces off and shit. I mean, Leatherface would wear people's faces too. I feel like Leatherface was more of a craftsman though. He spent time in the cellar crafting after he killed, carving and cutting, sewing even. Where Art's he's out to fucking fuck you up and kill you, man. He just doesn't like whatever. If you're on his list, you're just done. It's like you can see that in all the movies. It was like no way escaping Art.
Even shoving the rats down that woman's throat, and the sweat in the throat for the rats to come out. That was cool, but it wasn't like.
Like I said, what he does in 4 is going to be interesting because they really, I mean, 3 is pretty wild. So to up it from that, it's going to be even more kind of, it's going to be more crazy.
See, those are the type of movies I love to see the behind the scenes, how they do the effects and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you get, I mean, and that's why I buy a lot of the physical media and stuff because you do get those, beautiful bonus features. Even the one I just got, it comes with a whole 200-page book of like all the behind the scenes photos and what they done and how they did certain things. And I mean, even at the panels too, you could have went. I didn't get to go to that one, but they had work of art which had Damon Leone and two of them actually. One they did with Mike, who played the first one in All Hallows Eve, but then they had David Thornton and Damon Leone and all those people at Silver Scream, and they were doing I believe they did. Was it one or two? I think it was just one. They did one Q&A and kind of discussing the whole Terrifier franchise. But those things are great because they do tell a lot of behind the stuff and behind the scenes and where they do and how they scout and what they do for this and that and cool little tidbits. Which makes it even more interesting, honestly, to watch this stuff, knowing how you would think it would, and it would kill the mystique. Like watch wrestling, watch a magic show, you learn how it's done. It's no longer that interesting. But in horror or cinema, it's almost the opposite because then it's like, wow, they took how that looks and that. Like you watch the original Star Wars, then you watch a making of. You realize this dude was using miniature freaking toys on big runs and fucking real explosions and little blow ups and shit on a microscopic, not a microscopic, but on a micro level, and it made it look like it was in fucking space, and it looked amazing on camera.
Huh.
Because it was before CGI in the 70s. He didn't. George Lucas didn't start adding CGI back in until the 90s when he remastered the original trilogy. But prior to that, I mean, those original ones were all done with a lot of practical effects, running miniatures across the board, using fucking cams and just blowing shit up, making it look right. There was even something I remember reading about the speeder. They used like Vaseline on it or something on the bottom of the wheels.
Uh-huh.
So that, because for some reason the Vaseline made it look like it somehow made the wheels look invisible. I don't know, but it gave like a haze to it. So they used that for the speeder shots. In the original clips, you can kind of see the haze, and then they cleaned it up later on. After being able to erase shit and do more technical stuff. But yeah, I always like behind the scenes shit. It's always pretty cool to watch, especially if you want to make something. If you're ever gonna make something, it's always cool to see how they do. Even though if they have a much bigger budget, you go to some of these cons and you talk to some of these people that work smaller films or even larger names but smaller films that are considered indie budget. They'll tell you how they saved all this money, or that these films didn't have a budget. And you would think they did. Like original Halloween is still considered an independent film. It had a very small budget.
Huh. Why is this like a certain amount?
Yeah, it's like under $1 million or something's considered indie. Something it's high up there, but because you figure $1 million budget, you got a lot of these movies now got like 20 million budget, 50 million budget. Some of those Marvel movies are up there.
Yeah.
But then they bring in 100 million in the box office. These horror movies went out there, but they didn't do good in the box office. A lot of them, they did terrible. They did very good on VHS release. People renting them, people watching them during, renting them out during Halloween time. People started renting all these horror films, and they became cult classics. They didn't do good in theaters. A lot of them flopped, failed. People hated them.
The new Rock video movie not doing well.
I heard that sucked.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
But I mean, honestly, let's be kind of, the elephant in the room would be The Rock. The Rock is only good for like one role, really. Like his role in a film, is pretty standard of what he does. Usually some kind of action guy, a little bit of comedy maybe. But I don't think this role fit him. Because, you can't take The Rock, who's been in the ring, whether he's a wrestler,
His
boxer,
press
whatever.
conferences didn't do very good.
But you can't take him and put him in as another character that does in-ring work, whether it be fighting, because he has his own style, and people are never going to be able to mentally split the two. It's not like a normal actor. It's not like Rocky. It's not like Sylvester Stallone. He could box and then he could jump into an action film. The Rock really can't do that because people will always assume The Rock in the ring is The Rock. They were already bitching that he lost a lot of weight for that movie. He looked like fucking sick. And all this other shit. Well, people don't realize though that he put himself in weight and up in weight and muscle mass to wrestle that WrestleMania match like a couple of years ago. And then it took him time to lose that weight. He, after they decided not to use him anymore, he decided not to go back on. Then he allowed himself to go back down. But he did drop weight for that role specifically.
Oh, that's right. Congratulations on your Patriots.
Did they win? Oh yeah, they did win.
Yeah, against Buffalo. That was impressive.
I didn't even watch the game. Watching football this year has been a nightmare because it's on every other fucking thing. Like I have to either watch it on YouTube, a fucking Prime, a fucking Peacock. Like I don't know where to find the shit, and every time it's just like, I might as well just look at my phone and just keep hitting the score button and see.
Yeah.
I miss cable sometimes. I know it costed more money, but I miss just having the options of, back before when it was just one package. None of this, you needed this package, that package for sports. It was just like, you had cable and then you could add on HBO, Cinemax, or Showtime. But everything else was cable. And that's what I miss because you could just watch all your sports, watch all your shows, watch all your TV, watch your AMC, all of that.
It's like with the WWE as well. You can watch this here, that there.
It's too split. It's split up everywhere. I hate that. And that's the same thing with the football. It's the same thing with a lot of things now because everybody bids on what they want. And then a lot of these people have their own private networks or channels that you need to be subscribed to. And if you don't have cable or something, it's usually through Prime.
Yeah.
So like I'm stuck either with A, B, or A and B, or none of them, and I can't watch anything. And then I can go to YouTube, but then they want something else. It's just, but I mean, it was good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think the Patriots are okay this year. They're not. I don't know how far they're gonna make it, but they're doing better than they did last year. Last year, they I think just looked and did bad. This year, they're doing okay. Their losses haven't been incredibly bad losses. They've been close. They've kept it competitive. They're rebuilding. They're rebranding. We'll see how it goes. It's not going to be easy to find another Brady, to find another team that coordinates like that, to get another dynasty. It takes time. It's more than a year. It's more than years. You have to build that. All the cards lined up very good for them in 2001. Had Bledsoe not even got injured, it probably wouldn't even have won.
But Robert Kraft wants his hand jobs again. You gotta get the Patriots in the playoffs.
Wow. Everybody likes hand jobs.
Yeah, so he got busted at a fucking massage place. Who cares?
Listen, after I seen that guy's mom give him a hand job in that movie this morning, I don't know. It was fucked up just because they showed his face and then showed her face. That's all they were showing were faces. You didn't actually see it. It's not like a porn film, but the facial expression on the fucking dude was just like, what the fuck? Because he's so demented looking as is. I was just like, Jesus. But no, I'm looking now at. I'm actually in the basement, and I'm actually looking at my phone to see what do I want to feel like watching tonight. There's a few films that I bought that I haven't got to yet.
that could be your new studio?
Well, this has always been my studio downstairs. It's just a matter of me coming downstairs. Normally, I bring the laptop down, but with the tripod for the phone, I said, fuck it. I might as well just bring the phone down. And it's a lot easier than dragging the laptop down and setting that laptop cam up and doing all that. On the other side of this, though, I do have a green screen. This time I'm just facing it towards the horror shit.
Huh.
But
Oh, it's nice.
yeah, I like it down here. And I played with it. I was on the other side before, and this side was something else. And then cleaned up some of the wrestling stuff, moved some of the horror stuff around. Some of this stuff got to come with me to Pennsylvania. Got to get it signed. Other stuff's gonna. I need one more like Blu-ray shelf, I think. Needs a little bit of things. Then I want to just move this back, put an actual couch down here so I can like watch movies down here as well.
I'm looking to buy a tiny house.
Tiny houses are nice.
Yeah.
If you don't need a lot of room, tiny houses are nice. The only thing with tiny houses is you can't have a lot of stuff. I unfortunately have a lot of stuff. I could live in a tiny house. I just wouldn't have any of my stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess with that, would you just? I mean, what happens? Do you just do storage? What do you do? Like I said, for me, it wouldn't even be the living condition. I could live on a smaller scale. It's just a matter of what do I do with all this? Like, and this is only like a quarter of collection. This would take up a little house. So a lot of people that get the little houses become minimalists, which is
Get
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean,
Get one on
we all
wheels.
live in too much abundance, but
Get one on wheels with his fucking travel, go to horror cons.
well, now you're just talking about getting a really nice camper. But there's nothing wrong with that either. I've seen some really nice campers that you can park and then it becomes stationary. Then you drive it and then it goes.
Where the fuck I park it though?
Where do you park it?
Yeah.
Park it fucking anywhere. I mean, they have mobile places you can park, but I mean, if you have someone that owns property, I mean, there's like, for instance, if you had, let's say you had a mobile home, right? You bought a camper tomorrow. You could technically park it where you're staying now and just live in there. Nobody, as long as the person agrees that you can park on their property, that's it. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to pay anything on it. You just got to pay whatever you got to pay for the car, the
Right.
insurance on that.
Huh.
And then when you want to drive away, you leave, and then you know. But then if you're on the road and somewhere and you don't know, there's campsites that you can just go and other motorhomes go to, and you just park and plug in and freaking chill out. Sometimes they have like parties and community shit going on.
Don't you have to pay for it?
Huh?
Don't you have to pay for a lot to the campsite?
Yeah, but it's not like it's cheaper than probably a hotel. It's just, you're paying whatever to whatever, parking for the night, maybe $100 or something, depending on what state even. There's also probably free ones. I mean, technically you're in a camper. You could go to a McDonald's and just chill there for, 6 hours. No one's gonna bother you. No one's gonna bother if you're parking your car.
Yeah.
Rest stops. There's plenty of places that people do, or they just they keep driving until they get to someplace. If you're not by yourself and you're with somebody else, one can sleep while one drives. We rented one time. It had like 5 beds in the thing.
That might be the fucking way to go, to tell you the truth.
There's nothing wrong with them. They're a lot of fun, actually.
It's like a real. When the time comes, I like to retire by a beach. That's my one goal. Retire by a beach.
What are you retiring from? Podcasting?
just my father would pass away and just get away. That's it. I'm done.
So the end goal is by the water.
But the thing is though, I have kids here.
Yeah, but I mean, by the water could mean as close as Maine, or could be fucking a private island. There's a degree. Speaking of private islands, I heard that I was reading an article today that while yes, the Epstein had an island, and everybody's been checking and doing all this shit about why has nobody ever like done anything with the big ass farm that he owned? Because I heard worse shit happened on the farm than happened at the island.
Of course. There's
What do you say? Horses? Yeah, well, there was horses on the farm, so who knows what could have fucking happened?
Yeah, who knows? But nope. It's the government, man.
The Epstein list has become a weapon, and honestly, I think that
it's become a joke.
well, I don't know what the current president thought he was going to be able to do, whether he was going to be able to edit this thing to get his name off of it somehow, or be able to do something, or only release part of it, maybe. But the only way that he can, or anybody can release it, is the whole thing to be released. And if it does, it's already been deemed too much destruction towards the current fucking cabinet. I mean, we know that Trump was friends with the guy. Whether he went there for sex or went there for just to hang out, he went to that island, which will tie him in a way that, I mean, it doesn't really matter. The guy shouldn't even have gone in. He already had a criminal record. He already broke the rules to get into presidency.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
So I mean, if he got impeached because he's on a pedophile's list, then well,
it's stupid. I mean, it's like, what's the 14th Amendment? Say he shouldn't have been running. But we gave
but
him.
that's because these are blue collar crimes. These are crimes that the rich and wealthy consider non-existent.
It's.
I bet. Like I said, they're not violent crimes, but while they're in office, they also get that immunity, which is wild to me too.
Yeah, that's wild.
Because I don't believe that anybody should have that much power. I mean, yes, you're president, you have power, but nobody is above the law. Nobody is above that, amendment. No one's above these things. To give one man that power to say, for these next 4 years, he could kill somebody, rape somebody, torture somebody.
Yeah, it will come out. It will come out down the road about what he did.
But he can be found innocent. I mean, the only thing that he could be tried upon is if it gets into war crimes, because then the international parties will jump on. But if it's just a regular, basic United States crime, then it will be just kind of whitewashed. Never happened. And again, I don't believe anybody should have that much power. That's too much power.
It is too much power. Of course it is. That's why if Diddy did get a pardon, it would not really surprise me.
I mean, even Diddy, okay, he did some crazy, freaky shit. but to me, he doesn't. Listen, I believe everybody in the Diddy parties, the games, all of this, yeah, there might have been some people that were drugged and maybe some people were taking advantage, but at some point, they consented to something. They were around him. People wanted to be around him. They didn't care. They wanted to be famous. They wanted to be big in New York. And maybe they didn't know how much of a creep he was, or maybe they didn't care. But I don't really feel bad for anybody in the whole Diddy situation, because I believe that it was just one big ass party. That a lot of people knew about for a lot of fucking years. This isn't something that was just spawned on us. People have been warning us about Diddy for fucking like 15 years. all the celebrities have been speaking out about this, talking about this, mentioning this, and everybody just laughed it off or joked it off.
Yeah, of course.
So again, it's like, well, you could have put an end to this years ago by stopping it then. And again, a lot of it to me sounded like adults consenting to having parties, wild ass fucking parties. And if that's his thing, whatever a freak off is, as long as he wasn't raping somebody, I don't see the harm in this. I don't like I said, and we've said this many times, I don't believe prostitution is a crime. If a woman wants to sell herself, my body.
Yeah,
Unless she's enslaved into prostitution, then it should just be whatever. It's a fucking whatever.
but it wasn't like forced or some shit like that. Was it like a sex trade going on?
There was sex trafficking, but I thought that got dropped. He got hit with prostitution charges. So I don't know if he was selling. I believe it was him selling the prostitutes. Which, I mean, in that extent, why didn't Janelle Grant go after freaking Vince for pimping her out?
It's probably, I don't know how much she's suing for. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, but why sue? Why? Diddy didn't get sued. He's going to jail. He's serving time. He's being found criminally guilty.
There's probably like civil suits on top attached somewhere.
It might be, but it doesn't matter. There's no criminal charges against Vince. No one's ever said, "Hey, Vince pimped me out." He just shit on me and did all this stuff, but he never actually did anything to break the law.
Yeah.
But wouldn't by the text that we read and see and everything that's been said, wouldn't that define him pimping her out? I mean, he's basically saying, "Hey, Brock, get a piece of this. Hey, this one, get a piece of this. Hey, you're gonna go and see this one. Hey, you're gonna go and see that one." So
Isn't she accusing him for sex trafficking?
she is, but on a civil level. That's what I'm saying. How did Diddy get to a criminal level?
Oh, how I get that? Fuck, dude. That's a very good question. It's like, are people paying attention here? No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems like Vince has got even more immunity. Maybe because Linda's in office. I don't know.
Only thing I think of. But yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it's any truth to it.
Also,
this,
this prescription medication.
There was on private doctors and stuff. I mean, granted, there was a lot of people coming out about Diddy, and only Janelle Grant's one of the only people I think that has come out.
Vince is calling me right now. I'll be right back.
Yeah. It's wild out there, though, folks. It really is. It really, really is. I have to say, though, I just found it kind of funny, when you got a celebrity asking to be pardoned, and, it's Diddy. And there's still a question in my mind if he has something to do with, Biggie or Tupac. I know, Tupac has been kind of solved a little bit, but we don't know. We'll never know the whole inner workings of what took place in that East Coast, West Coast beef that just kind of dominated for a little bit, especially if you're in the rap game. If you were in the rap world, if you like rap, listen to hip hop, you really kind of got soaked into it back in the day. That's since changed, and rap has changed. It's not just East and West. You got Southern rap and all this other types of rap now too. The breaking in drill, everything kind of breaking in other genres of rap. But one point it was, Death Row Records on the West and Bad Boy Records on the East. I like Death Row myself. I was a West Coast rap fan. I liked Snoop and all that. I liked everything that they were doing out there. I got I didn't get into East Coast rap until probably like Cypress Hill. If you want to know the facts, so the Wu-Tang Clan even more. Wu-Tang Clan, when that came out, was revolutionary for me. I really enjoyed that band. That first Enter the Chambers and that second one really hit it for me. And just having such a band full of that many members doing hip hop and rap too, it was just a good It was a good time. I know they just did, I think, their final tour. I wish I had made it. Those tickets were wild, though. Wildly expensive. But what are you going to do? You know? What are you going to do? Oh, just looking at, like I said, some of this horror stuff. If you want to come and take a peek with me, we can go looking. I got, a couple of things here. Some figures up there. And I got all these, some signed, and I got some more Blu-rays. More stuff. Um and I got this. This is really cool too. One of my favorites. Signed by a bunch of different Jasons, Jason from 2, Jason from 6, Jason from 7, 8, 9, and 10, Jason from '09. And I should have another Jason from 2 down here coming in November. So really cool for that. Got a 1978 Michael Myers signed knife. Got this knife signed from the girl from the movie and the Orphan. Got some really cool stuff down here. We just keep collecting and building and reorganizing and organizing. Some new Nika figures have come out. I heard about. Very exciting. Some of them hard to find. But yeah, it is something. Okay, I mean, I have to say, this is really honestly my true passion. I mean, I like, I love horror. I love this shit. A lot of these films, that I got collectibles for, I grew up watching and seeing, the detail they put into them. I do like collecting them. Some of them I even have two of. Some of them are still in boxes. Some of them aren't. I haven't opened a lot of the newer ones that I purchased just because there's no room. I'm just keeping them in market and only buying one. But sometimes I'll come across something that I do want two of. So I want to display. But we have like this. This one's pretty rare too. Rather old, but it's Michael from the Lost Boys. That one's very rare. I was hoping to have him sign it too, and he didn't end up making it, but he will. We do have H2O signed Michael Myers Pop. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. But yeah, um, I don't know what Vic is doing right now, but I said this admiring, looking at some of this horror stuff. I do want to get because I do follow the toy cons and stuff. So I did see, like I said, Walmart having your Terrifier figure out. Kind of hard to find, but I also heard Nika's opening their vault in a couple of days. I don't know what they're going to be releasing on there. It should be kind of interesting. I wonder if they're going to release any of the older horror figures that I couldn't find. One could only hope. One could only hope. I wouldn't mind getting a David to go with that Michael. I'd be honest. But that's just wishful thinking. But yeah, I also saw they released another Ghostface cloth. Got a few new Michael Myers coming out. H2O, Resurrection. And what else did I see? I saw well, they have the two exclusives so far at Walmart, which I hate because I don't live near any Walmarts, and the ones I do live near or close enough to drive to just never have shit. But they have an exclusive Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre cloth figure, and which is a remake of the original Nika, And then they have the other the other Terrifier, the Art the Clown, which is bloodied. Which the on the website you can't find. You can only get the original one, which I'm get the store. Other stores are only going to get the original one, and that one will stay exclusive to Walmart, which makes collecting harder because I've already seen them at eBay now for like 150. So it's like, okay, somebody's people are going in there and buying these out and reselling them like crazy. Um, which I don't really care too much for. I can see someone buying two. I had that conversation today. You buy two, I get that. You want to open one, keep one, because you want to get it signed or something. Especially that, you can meet Damon Leon, and Thornton pretty easily if you go to a lot of conventions. They're at a lot of conventions right now. They go to a lot of them, and they're very cool to meet. They're very nice people. I met both. Really enjoyed them. Um, but But yeah, you get them signed. I can see that. But when you start buying 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things, and you're trying to hawk 4 of them, to me, it just kills the market. It kills the fun of it. It kills it for anybody trying to collect it. You know, it's bad enough what's gone on with like Pokemon cards. My wife tried to go and buy cards the other day at Target, and she couldn't find anything. They were all sold out. And we remember like a week before we went, and there was people stocking shelves, and all these grown adults were just sitting. What the hell is going on? We are in an era of sin. I like that. That is badass. Yes, that is good. Are you gonna take the kids trick or treating this year?
Oh, you damn right.
Yeah, I do. I do too. No, we got a good group around here actually. For a while it was a lull, no kids, and then like in the last 5 to 6 years it's picked up. So we've gotten a lot of kids, but we've gone out, every year with my son, and I dress up. I actually started dressing up that like the week leading up to Halloween. I'll dress up as something new every day and walk them to school, which scares the shit out of the other kids.
The podcasting assassin. Don't face the fear before you get torn apart.
That's great. You know what? You need a chainsaw too.
Ask the JWO. They know what I'm talking about.
Are they still a thing? I haven't heard any words from them. I mean, I saw a match the other day though, but it's all changed. It's kind of funny, but that idea of me making everybody into a mafia character, they kind of ran with that, which is cool. I mean, I don't care. I'm not going to copyright my shit, but they're all running with that, and I see, everybody's wrestling now. Everybody. I didn't even know that Nina wrestled, but she had her first match the other day. And then, Rob still wrestles. I think he was in the main event. Sometimes I see the matches because they'll come across my YouTube feed. I know a few people that go to those shows, and I still tell them don't go and work there, but they don't listen to me. And they're like, well, they're giving me a title. And I'm like, yeah, that's great, but is it though? I mean, is it like, okay, you can be a champion, but like, if you're a champion of something that's just a joke, does that make you a real champion? Like, I'd rather not be than be a joke.
Yeah.
In no world of right, and there's nothing against the owner of that promotion, because everybody got a budget and everybody's got issues and all of that. But I mean, the guy himself is not in wrestling shape. We'll say that. I mean, he's got to be up there in weight. And he can barely wrestle, but he's the champion. And he's facing, he goes but see, this is where I'm like, okay, I've done things before where it's been lower tier. People want to wrestle. I get that. But then I've seen these same people go to conventions and pay for booths and then go and push their product and go there with these titles. And it's just like, eh, that makes me not want to go to conventions. That honestly, because like, well, you know, I'm going there seeing these celebrities or whatever, and then I'm going to see a bunch of people that I know are backyard wrestlers that pay to play. Kind of kills the vibe for me.
Yeah, it does. I hear you.
And I mean, I don't like the down people, but at the end of the day, it's like at the end of the day, fuck them too, because they've done nothing but toyed with me. Oh, you can, they need me for when they need me. They wanted me to edit films. When I told them that I can't edit the films because the camera angles aren't good and you're using bad cameras, then it's like, well, you come and film the films. Then they wanted me to do commentary. Then they wanted me to fucking, they asked me to be their fucking ring announcer. Then they fired me to be their ring announcer because I told them that I can't do September. They asked me in September, and I can't do September. Every weekend I had a horror convention, and so then they fired me and used somebody else, and it's just like, okay, well then fuck you. Why do you want me to do any help with you? Like I've tried multiple times to work with you, help the product, make it look aesthetic pleasing, make it at least look watchable, and they don't take that advice, and so it's like I give up. I'm not in that world anymore. Like I said, I mean, I put together that video. It's not the best, but the newest one, Voices, I did it all in 6 hours, we'll say, of filming and editing all together. It took me about 6 hours to put that together. And that was all because I was sitting there and I did a Terrifier fucking reel where I looking down at the shirt and laughing as Terrifier. But then I sent it to my friend. He was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, I got imagine me today. I got nothing better to do." Cause I didn't. Everybody was kind of out. Wife was in bed. And he was like, "Well, it's the perfect time to film something. You should film something about hearing voices." And I was like, "Let me see what I can do." And I came and I put that together. And like all of a sudden I was sitting there smoking, and all of a sudden this all kind of came in at once. Like, let me hear it, but actually let me make it a real person. Let me not make me hallucinate. Let me like fucking go crazy, batshit crazy. But I have to do it in a way that can't be seen. Because obviously I'm limited on budget effects, all of that. And so,
Oh, come on, Versace. You know what happened? You actually snapped everything that's going on and everything in your life. You finally just fucking lost your shit. You smoked some good weed, and you killed the stripper I brought over.
well, I mean, she shouldn't have been in the master bedroom.
Uh,
She had no business being in the master bedroom because
told her,
it's not my
don't
bedroom
jump
though.
out.
I don't sleep in the master bedroom.
I told her, don't jump out. Don't be like, surprise.
Well,
See?
I get paranoid. I get anxious. I don't like that shit. Well, I can say this: the stripper got screwed because all I had was a screwdriver.
No, yeah.
Damn, whatever you just hit, it looked like because of the light, it came out with purple smoke. That was pretty good.
Cool.
I went to one place today. 3 vapes, 1 gram, 60. That's a really good deal, honestly, for these ones. Because normally they're like 40 a pop. But I got one. This one's my favorite too. Galactic Gas. Very interesting terpene profile. I got another one, Jealousy, which I like too. It's a gelato blend, and then I got one of your favorites, a green crack cart. Because you got to be motivated during the day.
Yes, we do. I just been fucking like, ever since I moved to this studio, I just been like vaping, planning, vaping, scheming, vaping, zoning.
Well,
out.
at least you can vape in peace now. You're not being called a drug addict.
Oh, fucking, that was fucking bad. I've done a lot of things in life, but come on.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They made you out to be like fucking a junkie when you're sitting there. You would barely take like a hit of a fucking pipe. What are you gonna do?
But that's
Yeah, I mean, at least you're not hearing voices.
not yet. Not close though.
One day. Eventually you'll get there. Oh shit. No, I was just like I said while you were taking your phone calls, admiring some of the horror pieces and shit. Been a lot of collecting in the last year. This is all in like a year. Well, no, not a year. I mean, I had a lot of these, the NECA figures and stuff prior to that, but I mean, as far as the autographs, a lot of the Blu-rays I picked up too. Because I look for sales and deals, like I wait. Like right now, Shout Factory's having a big ass sale. They're taking box sets that are like $140. You can get them for $40. You know, they come with like, posters and all this extra shit. So like I wait. And I'll buy them for when they're that cheap, and then you got a collection going. It just happens. Plus, I try to go after limited edition stuff, and collector edition rather than just basic. Just because what's an extra $10-15 when it comes with a little book or something, and it looks nicer because it comes with a slip cover. I'm very big into the physical media because, like I said, a lot of this shit, even if you don't own, I mean, either you have to own it digitally or hope that it stays on whatever platform. There's been stuff that I've been like, okay, I want to watch this. Great. I put it in my watch list, and by the time I get to it, it's already been moved off the platform and onto something else that I have to pay for. I'm like, fuck, I missed out. So,
I'm just live. I got Michael's mother.
she's calling you?
Yeah, she's messaging me.
Oh. You just refer to her as the baby mama now?
Yes.
She's lost all rights as a wife. Sorry.
Sorry. Thank you for the memories. I have one to watch.
Thank you for the memories. Now I have to try to smoke myself stupid to forget them. Have a good one.
Thank you for the memories, but you're fired.
Hey. Sounds like something Trump would say. That's honestly, I was talking to somebody the other day. It's like, I don't follow the politics. Like right off the bat with Trump, when he came into office, I couldn't get away from his celebrity status. The fact that he ran that show, and that I had already watched him on WWE. And I'm sorry, anybody that's been on WWE, it's very hard for me to see them get into politics. Jesse Ventura did okay, but he wasn't. This was a different time in politics when Jesse Ventura went in. But look what happened with Kane. He was a total fucking asshole.
Yeah, he was. And fucking what? He's like Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah, and I can't take him serious when he makes comments or goes and says things publicly because I just think of him as the big red machine. And it's the same thing with Trump. Growing up, what I knew about Trump that he had a hotel called the Trump Plaza, and that's where we had WrestleMania. 3 and 4. No, 4. 4 and 5. 4 and 5.
And UFC started under the Trump.
Yes. But I remember that specifically 1-4 with the tournament because I that was my favorite WrestleMania as a kid because it was the longest one. It was 2 tapes, had the whole tournament. I really liked the plot with DiBiase buying the belt and it getting rejected. I liked all that, the Andre build up, and so I would rent that one frequently. You would always see, the slot machines rolling and be Trump Plaza, Trump Plaza, Trump Plaza. You just get Trump. You saw him a couple times. And then later, he faces McMahon. And it's just like he's a celebrity. He's in the Hall of Fame for WWE, a wrestling entertainment company. how can I take this person serious to be in charge again of the nuclear codes and other things when he's had a hair versus hair match?
I hear ya.
It's just very hard for me to take it that way. It could have been anybody. I mean, any other wrestler that ran for office, the same thing would happen with me, anyways. You know, I know other people said, "Oh, this one should run and that one should run," and it's like they could, but it's like I'm not. I'll see them the same way.
Are we going to have a live watch along June 14th when the UFC is going to have an event at the White House for Trump's 80th birthday?
Are they doing it? Are they? That's what's happening.
That's what's happening. I can't. I think it could be like 70. I don't know if it's 80th birthday, but it's on Trump's birthday at the White House South Lawn.
I'm surprised he ain't bringing any wrestlers in because you know you got Linda McMahon, like I said, part of the fucking cabinet.
They tried to get McGregor in. But
I
McGregor,
thought didn't they say he can't even fight anymore? That he's so badly damaged that like one more hit he's gonna go crazy.
yeah, he failed an anti-doping fucking.
Yeah, but isn't he? Didn't somebody said we talked to somebody that said he was basically one punch away from Benoit.
Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might have been the booze talking, but
Don't get me about that.
I don't know anything about UFC, so I don't really watch it. I watched it in the early days because it was intriguing and I thought it was fun. But then 20 years later, it's like here we are.
Yeah.
And
Expensive. It was just like every other week, $50.
yeah, exactly. It's just like come on now. And honestly, with all the crossovers with wrestling, like it was different. Growing up, watching people like Ken Shamrock and shit, it fit. It seemed cool. Ken would come in and freaking shoot style. It almost seemed real, like he was just going out there and kicking wrestlers' asses. Brock became a whole fucking character.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with what's her name when she came, Ronda Rousey. She became a whole fucking character. If she had just come in as Ronda Rousey, the UFC fighter, I would have been a fan. But she didn't. She came in with a whole new character. First, she started with this Roddy Piper tribute. Then she came in with some other shit. Not to mention, she lost the match in the UFC right before that so hard she got knocked out. She shit herself. People forget that. She literally shit herself in the match because she got hit so hard.
Yeah, against Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, Nunes fucked her up good.
Yeah, fucking Nunes is a fucking beast.
And, the only one that I liked to transfer over was, what's her name, Shayna Baszler. And they wouldn't give her a fucking good role because they said that she didn't, she looked too much. She didn't look hot enough, basically, is what Vince said. She is not attractive enough to put a title or push her. But she was awesome, I thought, Shayna, when she came out. And I thought she transferred very well. I don't know. The wrestling world, like I said, I you know what? I say the same thing you say to your ex-wife. Thank you for the memories, but you're fired. It's kind of the same thing. It's like I can't whitewash today. I can't say today's product thrills me, but I can't say that yesterday's didn't. Like there's still matches that I would watch because I enjoyed the older wrestling. Stuff from the 80s I still enjoy watching. Stuff from the 90s I still enjoy watching. And it's not because of the sex and the attitude. It's just because of the characters, the wrestlers themselves. I enjoyed people like, King Kong Bundy and freaking, George Steele over people like Seth Rollins and shit. Those people never were for me. Like, I didn't grow up with them. They didn't get me into wrestling. They didn't sell me on wrestling. They didn't keep me in wrestling. The only one in this modern generation that came close to touching me or getting me sold, well, he did sell me, was Bray Wyatt. He's the only freaking one. His brilliance got me to stand behind Bray Wyatt. He's the only one that I have. If you look through my merch, I have so much of that I bought when he came out and debuted. And now I don't even wear any of it because after he passed, I just kind of put it all away. But I have a lot of the Fiend shirts. I have the infamous good shit shirt with Vince. I have all sorts of Fiend stuff. The mask. The Fiend was for me, the character. It was it. It's what got me back into pro wrestling on that level because I would tune in Mondays to see what was going to happen on that Firefly. What were they going to do? What crazy shit was going to happen? How spooky was it going to be? And after the Firefly Funhouse, I would change it. I wouldn't watch any more of it. I would only watch it up to that point. And there was a few of us that did the same, and then we had other people that would watch the whole thing. And then, Roman turning got me a little bit excited because it was something different. And I thought, damn, people are going to, eat this up. And Roman being all dominant, because I hated Roman before. I hated Shield as well. I thought it was stupid. I know there's a lot of people that love that shit, but I just thought it was dumb. But again, I'm an old school wrestling fan. It's hard to explain, but a lot of this stuff just doesn't intrigue me. I know they've given great matches. I know they've had great storylines. I know plenty of people that love the Shield and love it all. But for me, it just it did nothing. It made me laugh. It was just like, why are these people dressing up like superheroes? I thought we're beyond that. And that's I don't know. I don't think wrestling has good stables anymore. I really don't.
Shield to me was all right, but when it was at its peak, they broke them up. It was just like, why?
Well, because they wanted Roman to go solo, to push Roman in a direction which I think made him the most dullest wrestler. I mean, how many times did he face Brock Lesnar for no reason? And at the end of it, people were actually walking out of these matches. They were leaving, so they wouldn't put him in the main event anymore because people were leaving. And that to me, that's just like I said, it became almost, what are we gonna see? Oh, it's gonna be Brock and fucking Roman once again. And Roman was so stale.
I tell you, Roman did. I mean, if there's ever like a comeback GOAT of sorts, you gotta give it to Roman because he did bounce back. I mean, he was so stale. And he came out.
He did, and some people say, oh well, he got sick and da. And it's like, well, no, that's even more of a story. He got sick, or he came out of remission. I think he knew he was sick prior. I'm not really sure, but I don't know the whole story. But any which way, he had to go to treatment, and at that point, he could have just been like, fuck it, I ain't even gonna get back to wrestling again. Forget it. But he didn't. He went back, and not only did he go back, he dominated in a way that he took the number one spot away. The Fiend was number one at the time. Pushed him aside, and just dominated. And all of a sudden, everybody was tribal chief, tribal chief, tribal chief. He put the Usos back on the map, made them dominant again, and made them relevant again. Made Paul relevant again. Because let's face it, he was so stale with Brock Lesnar too.
Yeah.
And, he was a force to be reckoned with. It brought me reminiscent times when you would have somebody that was just so over dominant, couldn't be defeated. No matter who you threw at him, he would just destroy you. Like similar to how the Undertaker came in, just fucking, you couldn't beat this guy. I bounce back and forth. It's like we were talking, and I was thinking the other day, like, we could still do wrestling, but we don't have to do modern wrestling. We could just talk about, pick a random pay-per-view or pick a random year and just talk about that year. Like, doesn't have to be so much what everybody else is doing. Every fucking current event that known to man.
I never said that Sinners and Saints wrestling was banned.
No, I didn't say ban, but I was just thinking, because I mean, it doesn't. The newer product is not interesting, and eventually, it's not even going to be worth the follow with the price gauges and gouges. But I mean, I watched a lot of the stuff, but I also own a lot of the older stuff because I made sure to try to buy physical media. I don't have the VHSs like I used to. I used to have like all these WrestleManias and stuff, but I got a few Blu-rays and DVDs and such, but like I was watching the other day, just because I was kind of bored and I was watching and just put it on. It was an old Starcade I have, or like the best of Starcade, I think.
Huh?
And it has like a lot of the old WCW matches, and it just got me thinking, like, even that time period. I know people didn't like it, but like 91, 92 WCW wasn't all that bad. Like, I was a fan of Vader at the time. I liked their Halloween Havoc. That was
That
actually
is good.
Halloween Havoc was one of my favorite pay-per-views because they had that spin the wheel of doom, and you would spin what kind of match it would land on. And they would have these like cool intros. Like I remember one year they had Shivani as a freaking vampire.
I remember that.
I would that because by that time I was able to at least I couldn't watch weekly WCW yet, but I could get the pay-per-view. So I would always make sure to order Halloween Havoc. That was my favorite one. I would always make sure to get that one every
Yeah,
year.
spin the wheel. The original spin the wheel, make the deal. That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Legit Snake Roberts versus Sting, a coal miner's glove match.
That was great. You're never gonna find anything like that again.
What NXT's doing is just.
No, to me, when they do this shit now, it's like rebooting an '80s horror film. Like, don't do it. You're just fucking it up.
Yeah.
You're never gonna create. You're never gonna. First of all, you can't take the classic wrestlers that we had. No matter who you got on NXT, they're never gonna be a Sting or a Jake Roberts or anybody that's gonna be that remotely interesting.
You won't.
What's up, bro?
Okay.
Happening?
I know you're doing the stream and all that.
Yeah.
And all that. Hi, guys.
Yeah. What's up?
What's up, little dude?
I have a pet to show you.
You got one, Wally?
I got little C.
Lossie?
Little C.
We'll see.
Y'all see him?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him. Okay. I will be right back, folks. I gotta go see Little C. I will be right back.
Little C. Who the heck is Little C? Is that the second stripper he sent over? Jesus fucking Christ. See what? Check out my YouTube channel, Victor Sin. Just subscribing to it. It's all the donations that I need, so to speak. I don't ask for much. I ask for. No, I don't know anymore. I don't. To be honest, everyone, my life's still a mess right now, but I'll recover. I shall recover. Life, you know how that is. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ups and downs. It's just all one big mess. But I am here to entertain you, so to speak. Sashi will be back in just a moment. We will have Leatherface on tomorrow now, that I'm being told. Hey, I can't control these things. I can't control the guests, wherever they postpone, don't show. I can't control it. So
Nah, the kid found a new game to play on Xbox called Wobbly World. It's like you're this wobbly character, and you gotta do all this shit in the whole world. You know, you can do these different jobs. You deliver pizza, this, that. You make money. You buy cars. You buy pets. You buy things. He loves that shit. Pretty fun game though.
I was being told that my son's probably in trouble.
Trouble?
In trouble.
What kind of trouble?
I stole something from the teacher.
He stole something from the teacher?
Yeah, I guess what I'm being told.
What did he steal?
I don't know.
I one time stole one of my teacher's cameras that had like all these risque fucking like beach photos on it.
And it was just.
I gave it back though because I felt bad after she said it was missing. But I did find it funny that she had all these risky photos on it.
Principal wants to see him tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like this didn't. You know what's funny about that story? That I mean, it happened when I was a little bit older. I was in middle school, but it didn't even go to the principal. The teacher was like, "Look, I know once somebody in this room stole the camera, just put it back, and nothing has to be known about this." And that's all that it was. And I was like, "Well, okay, fine, fuck it. I'll just put the camera back. I've already seen the photos." She was kind of hot too. Remember, I'm fucking in 8th grade. You got a nice like 23-year-old teacher comes in to teach the class, and she's got this digital camera or whatever kind of camera, and it has all these fucking like. One of them was fucking topless, which I don't know why she had that in school. Thinking back now on it, she was in the wrong for bringing that to school. She was putting pornography in the hands of minors.
The only reason we know about this is Michael fessed up to Heather of what was going on. We didn't hear any of this from school or anything like that.
See, he told the wrong person. At least if he told you, you could have fixed it.
Oh, the thing. Yeah, because I asked, like, should I go down to school tomorrow morning? You know,
Yeah, but so let me get this straight. He tells Heather, and she calls the school?
No, she tells Heather. Heather just like, well, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You know, that old school fucking
Yeah.
shit that
But
mothers always say that it always drives you nuts.
Unless you're the mother from the Goonies, she was fucking badass.
But she's like telling Michael, like, if the principal wants to talk to you about it, principal, you gotta talk to the principal.
But I thought you didn't get caught.
I mean, we can't protect you.
See, now I would have gotten rid of whatever he thrown, burned that shit, and be like, I don't know what the fuck anybody's talking about here.
So I asked, I was like, should I go down there tomorrow morning? You know, just touch base with the teacher, principal, see what's going on. She's like, she goes, and some of this is true, okay? She goes, said, nope, we didn't hear anything from the school, and they don't need a defense attorney for Michael tomorrow. Like, what? I would go down. Like, how do you know? Do you actually see him? What's the video evidence? What are the witnesses? Well, Johnny says Michael was with him the whole time.
Well, in your wife's defense, she's paying enough for an attorney fees that she can't probably afford your rate at this point.
I like to throw. I know.
But see, I don't trust the mothers because the mothers always end up siding with the teachers. And then the kids like bad. The fathers do go in and they're like, well, show the evidence. You got him on camera. I mean, what did he take? What did he do? How did he do it? Why was it so accessible to him? And again, you know, regardless of what your son's going through, we already probably know why he's even doing it. This year, I mean, you've already told me like 2 or 3 incidences. And this is a totally different kid than you told me about last year.
Yeah.
You know, and that doesn't just flip a switch. It's something like, you know, everything that's going on with your life. It affects the children. Whether people want to realize it or not, admit it or not, it's not going to change the truth. I mean, I think you know, but you also did the class and did all that sensitivity stuff and everything. You did everything you're supposed to do along the route as it came to you. You know, do A, do B, do C. You just did it all. But I think you know more because you know the other person on the other end just seems fucking like blinded to it. Just like I don't want to, doesn't want to see it or acknowledge it. It's like, oh, this is kind of the fault of the situation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then again, you know, the school system is just. I mean, what could the kid possibly have taken? Was it something from the school, or was it something personal item from the principal?
See, we talked to the teacher earlier today, and we heard no wind of any of this going on.
That's what I'm saying. So she doesn't even know what happened. So either your wife fucking called him, or nobody knows anything, and he's gonna get away with it anyway.
So
She
she
was
said
just trying to make him scared. But what I'm saying is, you know, if he stole a pack of crayons from the school or he stole a necklace from the teacher, that's two different things going on here. A, it's a public school. Your taxes paying for it. Is it really theft? It's like stealing from Walmart. They have an insurance policy that will cover it. They'll get their money back and then some. But if you're stealing from the individual, that's a little different. They don't have these policies. They don't have nothing. They're not getting that back. That's where I kind of frown upon it.
How would you punish something like this?
How would I punish them?
Yeah, something like this.
Is it the first time your kid stole?
Yes.
I mean, my kid stole $20 from my dad one time. And actually, no, it wasn't a 20. Sorry. It was actually 100. And he took it with him to school and he had it in his pocket. And my dad didn't realize until he was already gone and whatever that he did this. And we just assumed that he had it. So we actually called the school, told the principal what was going on, and made him go to the office with the money and be told why it's not okay to take shit.
Mhm.
But again, this was from us, and we needed to get the money back. And they're very strict on letting people in the school, so you had to tell them that, hey, the kid stole $100, which he did.
Yeah, but that was from like.
But that was something from the house. I mean, something like this, stealing from school, 1 week, no games. Oh, I do 1 week, no electronics. You know, so it cuts off the TV time and the screen time and all of that. And then as good behavior start happening, then I, give a little back here and there.
Yeah, but that's only if the school actually calls you and confirms everything, not from what he says.
Yeah, I mean,
If
if my kid says he had a bad day, but I don't hear it from anybody else, I'm assuming that it's not a bad day because they call me over every little fucking fart. Kid
Right.
farts in the wrong direction, they fucking call me. I have to go down there. So if they're not bothering me, I don't consider anything happening. They need to physically call me. I mean,
I'll be more of a defense attorney than a father. That's true.
but isn't that your role to defend your son or your child, your kin? Isn't that a parent's role to protect their kin at all costs?
My role is I'll handle it my own way. Just
But at all costs, your child should be protected. That's your role. You're supposed to protect him. He didn't kill somebody here.
No.
He didn't even really commit a crime that you know of. You know.
so to be continued whether we hear anything or not.
Is that gonna be? Is that your poll question? Is that what you're gonna question the people with?
I'm not gonna.
Should I punish my kid if the school does not call?
Is 1 week's no games.
Well, 1 week no games isn't bad, but
For a 6-year-old.
it's horrible for them. It's
Yeah.
great for the parents, but horrible for them. They fucking go insane. But should he even be punished if the school don't call? Because if the school don't call, it's kind of no foul here.
So if school doesn't call, it's like if it happens, referee didn't see us.
Yeah. And then you just need to have that talk with Michael that he needs to keep some things to himself. Well, he should have came to you first, because you would have just been like, well, what'd you take, and let's get rid of it, the evidence.
I know. I do go. I start going up to him, saying like, "All right, Michael,
You
right now, we do the whole pinky promise thing, saying like, is there if you did tell you the one thing you did today that was naughty, and you'll get a pass." That kind of gets open up to him to say like, "You tell me anything."
Let me ask you, have you had to talk with him about all the holes in the desert in Vegas?
No, not yet.
No. I mean, that will be game changing as well when that happens. Because,
I don't want to do that. I want to,
well, no, but it's.
No, he's come on, Versace. He's 6 years old.
Oh, I mean, I don't. I wouldn't. I mean, I take away the games. I say that, but that happens after that happens.
You can pay people who say they're from the state and they're taking your kid away, and you're going, but you see his face like, "Mommy, Daddy," and you pull it away, throw in the car with some strangers, driven just around the corner just to scare the shit out of them.
I mean, like I said, I only take shit away when it becomes physical. When I hear of physical violence. Like he hits somebody, or fucking he hits his mom, because those two be beefing. He doesn't really like hit her, but he'll like pull her on her hair, and things like that. He's got to keep his hands to himself. On a stealing incident, honestly, if something like that is school, they didn't catch him. I would probably tell him, you shouldn't steal. This is what can happen. If this was the real world, you can get caught, you go to jail. What a da 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 da. Whatever you did, though, throw it away or give it back and be done. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. You didn't get caught this time. Doesn't mean you won't get caught next time. Don't do it again. Plus, there's surveillance everywhere eventually. There's cameras all over the fucking place in this world. They can find anything.
I stole a racer on kindergarten one time.
Well, I mean, back when we were in kids, like I said, it didn't even matter if we stole something from the school, because the school wouldn't, I don't know, they didn't think of it as possessions. Like, I don't know, people didn't get possessive. You stole a school computer, well, you stole the school's computer. You didn't steal their computer. They didn't give a shit.
The difference is, what's our age difference? 4 years?
Yeah.
I grew up with the paddle over the principal's wall, and there was no problems using it. Because I went to the great state of Virginia.
Well, in 5th grade, I remember that I fucking got into a fight with a kid. He was a year younger than me. We got into a fight out in the front of the school, and I threw some fists. Kid got knocked down. Principal came over, grabbed me by my shirt, drags me into the office. This dude was about 6'2". He literally lifted me up by my shirt and planted me on the fucking chair and sat me down. He goes, "What the hell are you doing fighting with younger kids?" And he was just trying to be intimidating. He knew he could be. I also grew up with a 3rd grade teacher that would give kids, she would give kids birthday spanking. So if when you turned whatever age, she would spank the kids in the ass right in the classroom.
Yeah, you're right. Same with me.
Well, yeah, this shit. We had freshman beat up day, and some of the high school teachers would join in. They would paddle fucking the freshmen. Yeah. Me and my friend, we hit one of them with a steel chair. And one of the other teacher laughed. We got caught and the teacher laughed because the other kid hit him with a steel chair. I mean, what kind of world did we live in? I mean, think about that. They had me tell this other kid, hey, come in here. My friend's got some magic cards. Kid walks in. My friend hits him over the head with a steel chair like it's fucking WWF. The teacher sees it from across the hall, laughs, and goes about the day.
I like the teacher didn't drop go 1, 2, 3.
Fucking, we had one teacher we thought was a professional wrestler, and we threw digs out. They knew a lot about the business and knew a lot of terminology. Just knew a lot about it. To the point that we even did our evolution project on the evolution of WWF from WWF, and we got an A on the report. Like, wrestling was big in the school. Like, I can't say it wasn't. Kids every day were going, suck it. I got suspended for a week for saying suck it. People were doing freaking Stone Cold shit. People were doing Goldberg shit. I remember one time I just walked in and minded my own business. Some kid fucking spared me out of nowhere.
Jesus Christ. When you don't see it coming, it hurts the most.
Like, boom. I said my best friend at the time, he got suspended dressing up as the Blue Blazer and throwing marshmallows at teachers. Got expelled, actually. Couldn't go back to the school. They had to put him in a different school. You know,
better than the alternative.
That those years in wrestling, like those Attitude Era years, was just like a no man's land because people were like this. And the mindset was, if it could happen on, regular TV that you can watch, then why the fuck can't it happen here? Why can't we all just do it? Why can't we just act like that? So when you would have a teacher come out or something, or you might get a sub that would come out, might be good looking, the kids would chant show the puppies and shit. It was fucking crazy to think about now, but like back then it was normal. People would be like, well, show them puppies. And fucking start chanting in the classrooms. People did not care. You gotta remember, it's also a bunch of horned up teenagers.
And the peak of my working at the gentlemen's clubs.
Gentlemen's clubs are gentlemen's clubs.
Back in those days, it was nicer than it is today.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they actually had some respect about the club. I felt like it was more. I don't know. I feel like strip clubs back in the day had more prominence.
Yeah.
The internet killed a lot of this shit.
True.
Killed strip clubs, killed fucking peep shows, killed a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Not that we had peep shows in mass, but I don't even know if New York still has that many.
You can make a killing being a jizz mopper, though.
You can. It's an honest day's pay. I mean,
here's to the immigrants.
But let me ask you a question.
That ICE has not captured yet. Cheers.
Well, let me ask you a question. I mean, would you rather be fucking doing that or cleaning the bathrooms at Taco Bell? When you're cleaning some fucking dude's diarrhea, you're cleaning his jizz with a mop. I mean, what's the difference here?
Oh, I have no problems being a fucking jizz mopper. Give me the clean materials. That's all I ask.
Yeah, you get gloves.
28 an hour.
It's better than most people fucking see doing real shit.
Fucking A. It's like,
and they probably rub one out before they start cleaning too, just for the fuck of it, so they can get paid to clean their own shit.
And the girls will be like, "Yeah, money's money."
Why not?
Next week on Mrs. Saints, Versace and Victor goes to a peep show.
Can we find any of these peep show girls to bring on now?
Oh, they're probably like nasty looking. Fucking. It's not like
probably the peep shows today are probably through filters. What are you saying? They probably the glass is a big phone and it's just a filter.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Probably an AI fucking mirror.
Probably.
You're just watching a TV screen. I hope you used that link that I sent you. Those are limited, Like I only really.
What was that about?
Oh, Sora 2.0. So it's like the newest Chat GPT's video, and then because I'm a premium member, they gave me like trial. They gave me codes that I can give to friends that they can like access it because it's code only access right now. But you should be able to use it and make like some wild videos, like that one that I did of freaking
Jake Paul.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
That was funny.
They have some wild shit in there. The AI is just getting incredible in the video end of it. I mean, we already have a Hollywood actress now that's AI, which I mean, I would be honestly, I want to know how it works. I would love to get the creator of that person on the show and know how it works. Like, I'm an independent filmmaker. I want to hire your AI actress to be in a film. How do we integrate it? Because obviously it's not a real person. It's not showing up. It's not an android.
No.
So everything has to be green screened or put in. So you have to be working with some kind of a dummy and then send them what? The rough edit, and they have to edit it in. Who does the edit? What do they cut for scenes? Like, it's kind of wild to think, but it's almost more expensive probably to run it that way than just to hire an actress.
Yeah. No, you're right. AI's
But
taking
will
over.
that be the future? I mean, that's just the first one. Will we see more? Will we see AI athletes? Will we see AI pro wrestling? I mean, I fucked around with it before and gotten a halfway decent result of a few things and thrown some of them up as shorts, and they've done just as well as WWE shorts, which is fucking crazy to me, but they do. Is that a way to go ahead? We have fucking AI wrestlers, and we don't need real wrestlers anymore. It doesn't matter what you do to them. You want to hit them with straight headshots with a chair, you can do that. They're AI. They're not going to get CTE.
That's why I look at all these independent wrestlers and promoters. And I think their shit doesn't stink. I look at it, end of the day is when something happens, like AI taking over wrestling, where would they gonna be compared to us? We'll just shift gears and talk about AI and technology and ingenuity.
You'll
But
be making the wrestlers. Never mind talking about it at
But
that
where
point.
are they gonna go?
You'll be a professional wrestler AI creator. You'll be making their theme music on Suno for them.
It's like a one-trick pony versus a triple crown winner.
That's not true though. There's some wrestlers out there that are very, very talented in multiple aspects. I mean, even look at BRG. Besides all the greatness he's done in wrestling, and he has made it far for all that he's done. He did and does very well on TikTok. Like him and his girlfriend or fiance, whatever, they killed it during the pandemic. Like they were making bank on TikTok, working together. And both of their channels fucking blew up to the millions level. And there's other people, you got gear makers, creative people out there that could shift gears. But, if you're in it just to wrestle, there's nothing else that you've ever done, then yes, it'll be hard to shift gears. But AI could take over. Who knows? Like I said, if things can become safer and cheaper, then they will take over. I mean, that's usually what happens. What happens if down the line people want to start seeing, older wrestlers coming back? Well, AI will do that. All of a sudden, you got, two deceased wrestlers fighting on TV.
Yeah.
I think the fans would still eat it up. I think they would watch it just as they would watch any other match. I mean, you have people out there that, they do these what ifs, they do these, scenarios in a game. So why wouldn't they watch it AI? Which the AI is just a step up from the gaming, honestly, because the game is so realistic now that you can almost just use that as matches. People
Yeah,
wouldn't know.
But when I ran that on my YouTube channel, the numbers weren't good.
They weren't? But yeah, what were you running? You were running WWE though. See, like when I did it, I actually got good numbers, but I was running like indie shit. And then I was I had indie guys that were creative, and then I was bringing in a few wrestlers here and there from WWE, but mostly older people.
I'm not as smart as you. I'm sorry.
But again, though, I mean,
maybe I'll keep on. I mean, maybe I'll just keep on doing it and see what happens.
Well, it all depends. Like I said, I mean, I made these original characters under the intent of starting a promotion of just my own people, and just having it be like a fantasy league, and just having it run autonomously via the week to week.
I was just do. I get my own championships. That's it.
Yeah, I did my own belts. I did my own guys. I sat there and created them all. The only thing that I stopped doing is because I had him, and I did it for like 3 years straight, and then I quit because I had to keep making the same guys over and over again, and it got hard to like every year to kind of create the same exact person. I wish they had a way that you could take your creations from like 23, bring them to 24, 24 to 25. Like you should just be able to bring those creations to anywhere you go.
Yeah, you're right.
Because people put a lot of time, effort. I know people that even, have paid money to have people make them in a game. And then,
Daddy.
Yeah.
If you come up.
Yep.
If you end the stream or come up,
yeah.
like, I get like extra time there.
Okay. Coolio. I'll be right up there.
But like that's
Fire
like,
marshal said we must shut down.
like you gotta come like
Yes, we're shutting me down. They're shutting me down. They said they blackmailed me into if you get off the stream now, he can get 10 extra minutes of game time.
But we have Leatherface tomorrow, correct?
You will have Leatherface tomorrow. Good luck.
I wanna be here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck. And do ask him,
This looks cool.
ask him all the questions. Oh yeah.
The podcast assassin will be ready.
Look at that. You can watch Terrifier 3 VHS.
Where do you get this stuff?
It comes in the mail, son.
Shh.
Probably Amazon has it.
Until next time.
Till tomorrow. Well, I'll be here back on Thursday. Meet Leatherface tomorrow.
Wait, we also have Prep Thursday.
Yes.
Prep Thursday.
We'll figure it all out.
Yeah. Till then, we're out.